Violence on the Strip, a brutal stabbing at the Bellagio, just 1 week after a deadly shooting at the Excalibur. Plus, honoring the victims of Newtown, Connecticut, how locals are paying their final respects. And big business. This weekend's Mako Bowl meant big bucks for our city.
Now, Nevada's first choice for news. This is Channel 8 News Now, Weekend Edition.
Good morning, I'm Michelle Mortensen. Just 1 week after a violent shooting on the Strip, another brazen attack, this time involving two blackjack dealers at the Bellagio. 50-year-old Brenda Jean Stokes faces a number of charges, including battery with a deadly weapon. The victim suffered deep cuts to her face after being slashed during a fight. MGM Resorts tells us they are fully cooperating with authorities. And that stabbing happened just 1 week after a deadly shooting in the lobby of the Excalibur Hotel and Casino. Metro investigators say Edward Brandt from Illinois was angry about a breakup from 2 years ago. Police say he shot and killed his ex-girlfriend, 30-year-old Jessica Kinney, last Friday before turning the gun on himself. Kinney was working at the Excalibur's concierge desk. A fire in Henderson has left one person homeless just days before Christmas. The home near Green Valley Parkway in Silver Springs went up in flames around 10:30 last night. At this point, fire investigators aren't sure yet what started that blaze. Well, it doesn't look like a white Christmas is in our future here in the Valley. Temperatures are actually pretty nice, just 39 degrees this morning. What can we expect Christmas Day? Ted Florendo has the answer.
Good Sunday morning to you, everyone. What a day today. We'll see some increasing cloud cover, but even with the clouds we had yesterday, did not get any type of rainfall, but that could change by tonight. Going to our water vapor satellite now, most of the precip changing over to snow way up in the Pacific Northwest. Even had some bits of rain also to the west of us around the Sierras and the Fresno Valley, but that did not reach us yesterday. However, we will see some increasing clouds today with a chance of evening showers. It could be a chilly Christmas for all of us too, obviously, with our temperatures only in the 50s. And we're looking at more mountain snow and more unsettled weather the rest of this week. We'll talk about more on this and show you the 7-day forecast coming up in just a few minutes. So stick around.
Thanks, Ted. A local teen is behind bars after trying to bring a gun to school. Police say they stopped 18-year-old Jake Howell on the campus of the Northwest Career and Technical Academy on Friday. That was just 1 week after the Newtown shooting. Howell told officers he was a former student visiting friends. Police say he had an unloaded assault weapon in his car, as well as a few rounds of ammunition and several small knives. Southern Nevadans now have a way to personally remember the victims of the school shooting in Connecticut. The local chapter of the United Way teamed up with the Galleria Mall in Henderson to send snowflakes to Sandy Hook Elementary School. You can actually go to the mall and make your own snowflake or drop off ones that you made at home. The goal is to help create a winter wonderland for the students in Connecticut once they return to school in January.
The snowflakes are a meaningful symbol of our support here in Nevada, that we're really reaching out to the community.
So far, more than $2 million has poured into the town's official memorial fund organized by the United Way. For more information on how you can donate, just go to our website, 8newsnow.com, and type in the keyword Newtown. Well, 3 more victims of that school attack were honored this weekend. 7-year-old Josephine Gay and 6-year-old Anna Marquez Green were laid to rest in Connecticut. And in Utah, a service was also held for 6-year-old Emily Parker. Since that deadly day, December 14th, gun sales in Las Vegas have been skyrocketing. As 8 News Now, Cassandra Garcia tells us, people are flocking to stores to buy guns, fearing they may be banned by the government soon.
We are being overrun with people trying to buy guns.
Bob Irwin, the owner of the gun store, says he's seen a spike in the demands for guns. He says the majority of people coming in are buying specific types of guns, like AR-15s. They are afraid the federal government might soon ban them. It's a trend being seen in gun stores across the country as the debate over gun control heats up. Irwin says he supports putting armed guards at schools and says the federal government will only do more harm by disarming the public.
We have security guards at shopping malls and parking lots and banks and every place, and where we're most vulnerable, we do not have security. In fact, we have anti-security.
Irwin says most gun owners know how to safely operate their weapon and never run into problems with the law. Now, in the wake of the Connecticut shooting, he hopes the federal government can focus their attention on holes in the system before taking away guns from responsible owners.
The Constitution says the right of the people to keep and bear arms. That's pretty clear wording. And hopefully we'll stick to that and not take the guns away from the good people.
That was Cassandra Garcia reporting. Thousands of people packed Sam Boyd Stadium for the Mako Las Vegas Bowl yesterday, and they were treated to a very close game. Boise State took on the University of Washington yesterday afternoon, and Boise came out on top with a win, 28-26, believe it or not. Scott Bemis will have more highlights for you a little bit later in sports. Now, you know, bowl games like that one always bring in big bucks to Las Vegas. Local sports books like the one at the LVH say bowl season can generate $80 million worth of bets. Sportsbook director Jay Cornegay says this year may be especially profitable due to a spread out bowl schedule.
The old days, on New Year's Day, they scheduled 17 to 20 games on that specific day. But now they did us a favor. They isolated these games and they run from December 15th all the way to the championship game.
Now, while these bowl games bring in big money, they don't even come close to the Super Bowl. That's when people place $90 million in bets. Big money. Christmas comfort. If you aren't in the Christmas spirit yet, stay with us. A story that's really going to warm your heart. How this family was blessed with a truckload of cheer.
Hi everyone, highs yesterday were right where we should be, although still chilly for this time of the year. With a lot of us only in the 50s. That was not our official high though for the day today, or yesterday I should say. So what can we expect for this wonderful Sunday? I'll let you know coming up in your neighborhood web. Stick around.
I'm Jack Weinstein, founder of the Tower Jewels. I know bridal jewelry. We have the largest bridal center with new designs crafted every day, saving you thousands. Buy with confidence and 48 years of trust.
Mom? Dad? Guys?
He'll be fine. More people are leaving BMW, Mercedes, and Lexus for Audi than ever before. Take advantage of exceptional values during the Season of Audi event.
Huntsman Cancer Institute brings a powerful weapon to the fight against cancer, the most extensive genetic database in the world. Our researchers have discovered gene mutations responsible for colon cancer, breast cancer, melanoma, and many other cancers that have resulted in major improvements for cancer prevention and care.
Huntsman Cancer Institute relies on people like you to continue our research. Join us in our fight to find a cure for this terrible disease. Please give generously today.
Life has many struggles in it. STDs do not have to be one of them. Abstinence is the only form of birth control that is 100% effective in preventing pregnancy and STDs. Talk to your kids about abstinence. Tell them to wait. For more information on how to talk with your children about abstinence, please contact the Nevada State Health Division at 775-684-4285.
United Way of Southern Nevada works to advance the common good through our focus on health, education, and financial stability, the building blocks of a good life. Bringing together people and organizations from all around the community, the United Way has the passion, expertise, and resources needed to get things done. Together, we can change the path. Together, we are changing the path. Together, we live united. Brought to you by 8 News Now and our community pride partners, NV Energy and Finley Automotive Group.
I'm Jack Weinstein, founder of the Tower Jewels. I know watches. We are not an authorized Rolex dealer, so you save thousands on your certified pre-owned Rolex watches. Buy with confidence and 48 years of trust.
This portion of 8 News Now is brought to you by the new Station Casinos Boarding Pass.
Welcome back. It's 6:09. Friends and family paid their respects this weekend to the so-called godfather of towing. Rex Ewing Sr. passed away last weekend. Dozens of tow trucks, police officers, even customers took part in a special procession in his honor yesterday. One by one, they drove down the streets of Las Vegas. Rex Ewing started his company back in 1949.
He definitely touched a lot of people. I don't think there's a single tower in this town or this state that hasn't heard of Rex Ewing. You know, he's created such a legacy, a true legacy.
Ewing was 87 years old. Well, Christmas came early for one very special family here in the Valley.
I was so grateful, even my husband and my children, and I really thank you for everything.
Thelma Kittalong, her husband, and 2 daughters received a truck full of furniture this weekend. It's all thanks to the Walker Furniture's Home for the Holidays giveaway. Kittalong and her family recently moved here from Palau to be reunited with their sons. They lost their eldest child fighting in Iraq. A teacher who knew one of the boys nominated his parents and was very happy to hear the family was picked for this big giveaway.
They came with just their suitcases and with lots of hope. And through the dad's tireless efforts, he found a job. They secured an apartment, and they never asked for anything. I gave them what I could to get them started, but they had nothing. They were sleeping on sleeping bags.
Walker Furniture's Home for the Holidays program has been helping families for the past 19 years. Well, the weather outside is pretty frightful in some parts of Nevada and California this morning. How snow is paralyzing parts of the region.
A successful business never stops building, and a little construction means big savings. During Henderson Chevrolet's renovation markdown, secure low financing rates without perfect credit. Plus, get into a new Chevy Cruze, just $99 a month, or new Chevy Malibus, just $139 a month. The renovation is almost complete, but our commitment to customer satisfaction is unchanged. Hurry, with little construction left, big savings end soon at Henderson Chevrolet, your GM dealer of the year.
I had just moved here from Kansas City, and a drunk driver hit me head on. Mr. Goldberg and his staff were excellent, and I couldn't have been happier. Everything they said they were going to do, they did.
Lost the shirt on your back? You can always save big at Mastroianni Fashions, the finest in men's clothing and shoes at the lowest prices guaranteed, or your money back. Our Italian-made suits, now just $2.99. Our 3-suit special, only $4.99, including ties and socks. And savings on all name brand leather and exotic skin shoes, 50 to 70% off. Only at Mastroianni Fashions, with the best price guarantee.
Want to have some fun? Come on, join us at the completely remodeled Skyline Casino. Other casinos may claim that they have the loosest slots in town, but we can prove that Skyline Casino pays out more than 2 times the money on slots than any other casino, either downtown or on the strip. We have incredible restaurants, music, dancing, daily prizes, gas cards up to $50, $50,000 per month in prizes. So come on, have some fun, win some money, eat and drink with us where everybody knows your name. Skyline Casino, Sunset and Boulder Highway.
Joe the AC Guy here with Rebel Air Conditioning and Heating. From my family to yours, extending the warmest wishes for health and happiness during this holiday season.
And if you're not warm, give us a call.
Happy holidays!
8 News Now and our community pride partners NV Energy and Finley Automotive Group proudly support Engage.
Engage honors CCSD high school heroes for their community involvement. Students who volunteer gain skills, enhance resumes and college applications, and are more likely to graduate.
Students register and track volunteer hours with United Way. Students with 100 volunteer hours or more by April 1st will be honored in April in conjunction with CCSD's School Community Partnership Program and the Fashion Show.
It's going to be a white Christmas for the Sierra regions of California. In fact, the snow just won't stop. Conditions were so bad yesterday on Interstate 80, it was closed all the way to the Nevada state line. Some spots could see as much as 5 feet of snow by the time the weekend is over. And this is what it looked like in northern Nevada. People in the Reno, Tahoe area not only dealing with snow, but high winds as well. Gusts whipped around at 50 miles per hour. Thousands of people lost power due to falling trees. Pretty messy out there, but here in the valley, we really can't complain. It's a crisp 39 degrees and no snow and night. But things are changing. Ted Florendo has some details for you.
Thank you very much, and good Sunday morning to everyone. Temperatures yesterday were near average again, with our numbers back in the 50s. So as far as going above average, Probably not going to see it this week. Here are the numbers. 56 degrees, Washington, Nellis. We hit 53 for Durango, Romandale, 51 for Fort Apache and Ann. 45 Mount Charleston yesterday. Prump, you came in just shy of 60. We hit 62 for Sandy Valley and Bullhead City at 55. Laughlin, of course, downriver Laughlin, always warmer than us, 59 degrees yesterday, and 54 way up in Lincoln County for Panaca, and the lake came in at 56 degrees. That was yesterday. The official high yesterday was 52 degrees. Our normal is 56 this time of the year. And overnight, we dropped to 33 degrees the previous night. We're also in the 30s overnight for this morning, too. Meanwhile, our water vapor satellite shows most of the action again in the Pacific Northwest. You can see where the deeper layers of moisture are at. Even had some showers, actually, way off into California. But again, the Sierras right here is what we call the rain shadow effect. Takes most of that precip, squeezes it out before it reaches us. So all we really saw yesterday were cloud cover. We're going to start to see that again for the day today. Meanwhile, as we go to our surface map, big trough here in the jet stream, right? That's actually pulling up some of that moisture towards us. So we're not really out of the woods yet as far as getting some showers, and we could really use some more. Most of the stormy weather, though, is up in the Pacific Northwest there with that area of the frontal boundary pushing into the Pacific Northwest. We have another system off the coast there that's actually going to hit us again later on this week, which means we have another chance of showers towards the second half of the week, which you'll see in the 7-day forecast in just a bit. Meanwhile, as we take a look back west here, you'll notice most of the precip, a slight chance of it reaching us tomorrow night, or I should say tonight, I should say, and then also maybe even on Wednesday or Thursday, but by we think Christmas Day, things will really start to clear out. Wind speeds also will increase, we think, on Monday. As you can see here, the numbers start to really go up right about there, where we're expecting some breezy winds on Monday that could last also into Christmas Day there, too. Meanwhile, so the forecast for tonight, or I should say the rain stats for the year so far already at 5.31. That's great. That surpasses our yearly average of 4.49. So great to see some rain. 56 degrees today with a mixture of clouds and sun. Most of the clouds really by the afternoon. Look for light south winds. And the 7-day forecast, as you take a look, you're going to need that jacket. Keep it handy because the numbers really don't go up too much. They should stay in the 50s this week, even some 40s there, with a chance of showers, like we said, tonight and also Wednesday night before we turn partly sunny for Friday and Saturday. That is your neighborhood forecast. Have a great Sunday, guys.
From a football frenzy to the hardwood, Scott Bemis joins us now with sports.
The Rebel bench comes to the rescue against Canisius, and the Mako Bowl gives us a fantastic finish. Sports is next.
Coming up, desert gardening news with me, Dr. Q from Star Nursery. Hi, Dr. Q here from Star Nursery. Did you know that you can help the environment and save natural resources by proper gardening? As we've talked about all year in these segments, there are many ways to do this in your normal gardening process. Reduce the amount of water you use by planting low water use plants and avoid the use of thirsty turf grasses. The appropriate plant material for our environment are drought-tolerant varieties that do not need as much water. Reduce the evaporation of moisture by using mulches to protect your soil and surface plant roots from drying out too quickly. Reduce water waste by using an efficient, low-volume drip irrigation system that puts water only where it's needed. And reduce plant loss by using proper planting procedures and placing plants in the right locations. Also, help reduce pollution by always trying to use environmentally safe products for fertilizing and spraying. And always follow the instructions for proper application rates to avoid using too much. Use your imagination and be creative when looking for plant pots or containers. You never know what you'll find just laying around that you can reuse to plant in. Reuse old blankets, sheets, or sleeping bags for protecting your sensitive plants from extreme heat or cold when needed. Recycle old garden hose by cutting into 12-inch lengths and running wire or rope through them to use as tree ties. Recycle these nursery containers in 1, 5, and 15-gallon sizes by bringing them back to our nursery for credit so we can send them back to growers to reuse. Recycle plant trimmings like leaves, twigs, and grass clippings by composting and mixing back into the garden. Right now, during the holiday season, is a great time to practice recycling and help our community out at the same time by recycling your Christmas tree to be turned into mulch and used in our local parks. Star Nursery is proud to be a partner with the Southern Nevada Christmas Tree Recycling Committee to promote tree recycling. For more recycling information, call 822-7700 or visit our website at starnursery.com for a list of drop-off locations. Attend our free store seminars Reduce, Reuse, and Recycle at 10 a.m. or 2 p.m. Saturday, December 29th at all Star locations. From all of us here at Star Nursery, have a safe and happy holiday season. I'm Dr. Q, and we'll see you next week.
From 8 News Now, sports with Scott Bemis.
Good morning, everybody. We're coming off arguably its most complete game of the season on Wednesday. The 21st ranked Runnin' Rebs getting one last game last night before taking 7 days off for Christmas week. Hosting Canisius out of Buffalo at the Thomas & Mack, team who came in at 8-2, but was also coming off an impressive win Wednesday over Temple, a team who upset Syracuse yesterday. Now, all night, the Rebels having problems stopping that guy, Golden Griffin's leading scorer, Billy Barron. He finished with 30. Griffins jumped out early, but the Rebs came right back. Hayden Reinhardt hard to the hole, perfect 3 for 3 from the field in the first half for him. They got a huge contribution off the bench in the first 20 minutes from Kem Birch as well. He finished with 20 and 6 blocks for the game. Anthony Bennett, 21 for him. Canisius coach Jim Barron saying, I want a couple McDonald's All-Americans. Can I get a couple? Rebs led by 7 at the half. Second half, Canisius cut the lead to 3 at one point, but then it was Justin Hawkins taking over. He said later he felt them making a run, and he responded. He play after play at both ends of the floor. All 12 of his points coming in the second half. Look at Justin hitting the baseline jumper and then the floater. Then Anthony Bennett, yeah, he gets about one of these a game. Huge reverse dunk right here. Rebs win at 89-74. They're now 11-1 on the year.
Told our team after the game how proud I am of our effort. Talked about when we started practice for Canada, when we started practice in October, looking back at the exhibition game, how far our team has come, how much progress we've made.
The crowd got me going, and my team is as well. You know, we're like a family, and just seeing your other family members do good too just makes you just get you energized.
They were on a run. They're getting on momentum. Coach approached me, Anthony. He was like, someone got to make a play sooner or later. And when I checked in, I just felt like I just had to do something on the defensive end, and it just translated to offense.
Hey, a little history made in Las Vegas last night. For the first time in the 19-year history of the MGM Grand Garden Arena, it hosted a basketball game. This is what the setup looked like for last night's college hoops doubleheader. The Pac-12 is running this 2-day holiday hoops tourney as a dry run for the Pac-12 tournament, which will be held in the same arena in March. Meantime, Mako Bowl Las Vegas turned 21 yesterday with a new start time and another good matchup. This one kicking off at 12:30 in front of over 33,000 at Sam Boyd Stadium. Boise State, of course, looking for its third straight win in this bowl, while 7-5 Washington trying to build a little momentum heading into next year. Looked like it'd be a Bronco romp for a while. The trick play leads to a score. They're up 18-3, but Washington wouldn't go quietly. Third quarter now 25-17. Keith Price fires to Austin Safarian-Jenkins. Two-pointer no good, so it's 25-23. They then get this field goal with about 4 minutes left. They've got the lead, but on the ensuing kickoff, Boise gets a big return, setting up this. A little 5-5 Michael Frasina nailing the 27-yard field goal. Boise feeling that third straight title might be theirs. They're up 2. Final seconds, Huskies trying to move into position for a game-winning field goal. Price throws the pick. Boise wins a great Mako Bowl, 28-26. Afterwards, Coach Pete saying, hey, he knew this would be a good one.
These guys have beaten too many good opponents and played too much good football that you start to get a gauge on what they're all about. I knew it would be a really tight game.
And we knew it would come down to the last possession or two of the ball game. And to their credit, they found a way to win the ball game in the end.
All right, that'll do it for your morning sports. As always, I want to remind you to have a great rest of the day.
Well, it's 6:24 this Sunday morning, and remember, you can catch NFL football right here on 8 News Now at 10. It's kickoff for the Bengals and the Steelers from Heinz Field. Cincinnati is currently sitting in the 6th seed in the playoff picture, while Pittsburgh looking to top the Bengals in the AFC North standing. Pre-game coverage starts at 9. So are you staying nice and warm on this Sunday before Christmas? This is a live look we're going to show you here of the Las Vegas Strip. Beautiful as always, but it is 39 degrees, a little chilly. Ted says it's going to get up to the mid-50s though. Stay with us.
I'm Jack Weinstein, founder of the Tower of Jewels. I know watches. We are not an authorized Rolex dealer, so you save thousands on your certified pre-owned Rolex watches. Buy with confidence and 48 years of trust.
Now is the perfect time to treat your family to the Feast Buffet at your favorite station casino. More choices and new lower prices. Dinner just $7.99 at Palace and Texas Station, $9.99 at Boulder, Sunset, and Santa Fe, or just $13.99 at Red Rock and Green Valley Ranch Resorts. Delicious new seasonal choices like tender roast beef, shrimp scampi, and fresh-baked cakes and pies. All you can eat for one low price. The Feast Buffet at all station casinos.
We love locals. 8 News Now and our community pride partners NV Energy and Finley Automotive Group proudly support Engage.
Engage honors CCSD high school heroes for their community involvement. Students who volunteer gain skills, enhance resumes and college applications, and are more likely to graduate.
Students register and track volunteer hours with United Way. Students with 100 volunteer hours or more by April 1st will be honored in April in conjunction with CCSD's School Community Partnership Program and the Fashion Show.
Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening. A beautiful night, we're happy tonight, towing in a winter wonderland.
With 2 parks and new attractions, the happiest place on earth just got merrier.
Towing in a winter wonderland.
I'm Jack Weinstein, founder of the Tower of Jewels. I know diamonds. I designed and patented our lustrous diamonds that are 30% brighter. We cut lustrous diamonds right here and save you thousands. Buy with confidence and 48 years of trust.
Now, Nevada's first choice for news. This is Channel 8 News Now, Weekend Edition.
Coming up on 8 News Now at 8.
I didn't even realize that it was a real gun.
A shooting survivor shares her scary encounter with a deadly gunman at a mall near Portland, Oregon. The reason she believes she lived to tell her story. And running support, the community coming together to raise money for the victims of the Connecticut school shooting. Those stories coming up at 8 a.m. Well, that's it for 8 News Now this morning. We do hope to see you right back here, though, at 8 o'clock. Have a fabulous Sunday and a very Merry Christmas.